crowd which says, let's mimic the West, let's monetize the fiscal deficit, let us spend all that we can. But we have to remember that markets are not as open to us as they are to the industrial West. And if markets don't have a sense that we will be more likely to spend, if not now, at least in the medium term, then we could have the opposite effect, actually constrain our access to resources even more. And as a result, be in deeper trouble because we have not just a coronavirus problem as well as a real economic slowdown, we also have a financial.
Welcome, my friends, to my talk today. The subject of my talk is how to finance during COVID-19 the Indian economy. This talk of mine is the result of two of my friends' telephone call this morning. One is from Guwahati, Mr. Sittananda Bharali, who was a business person and was also a teacher of his own choice and a business person. The other one is my very good friend who was an English chartered accountant and was a director of McLeod Russell India Limited of Finance Department. Beside these two gentlemen, I have received a small note this morning from my friend Gautam, who is an architect, not an economist, not a financeman, not a business person. But he keeps a lot of information on business. So all three of them have asked me how to face the crisis that India will be facing due to coronavirus situation. Yes, situation is very grim. Situation is very grim, I must say. And we have to be very, very cautious in dealing with this. Yeah, some of my friends have said that expert feels then India is going down the hills now and will be very difficult to face this situation, and there will be large scale unemployment in the country, economy will be completely shattered, people will be facing hunger, and there will be famine in many places, and industry will never come up, agriculture will go to hell. My dear friend, I don't subscribe to all those things. I am a robust optimist always, and I feel by 2024 India will show its strength and it will come up. Yes, for the time being from 2020, 2021, 2022, we will be facing a difficult situation, and it will be a very difficult situation. I would like to show what one of my most favorite economists, a finance man who lives nowadays in Chicago, what he has to say. Here is he. Please listen to him, what he has to say. That was Raghuraj Rajan, who is a professor of finance in the University of Chicago at present. And he was the governor of Reserve Bank of India. Somehow, I like his speech. I like his analysis. And he says that India have to be very cautious. Our case is different than most of other countries, like in USA, China, or even from UK and Germany. But we are much better placed compared to Italy, Spain, and most other countries. Why we are better placed? Better placed because there are few things which goes in favor of us. Number one, we have got as on date a robust foreign exchange reserve. It's a fantastic reserve which has been built up by Reserve Bank of India at the direction of the Finance Ministry, definitely, whether during the time of Congress or whether it is the time of during our brilliant Prime Minister, right now present Prime Minister and Finance Minister. But we have got a fantastic financial resources at our disposal as the foreign exchange reserve, number one. Number two, our exchange rate is much better than most other countries. Number three, we have got a huge stock of food grain. So the people who a soothsayer has said there will be hunger, there will be famine, no, I don't think it will happen unless and until we fail for distribution of those food products. Our country is right now full of food products. Monsoon is also going to be good, I understand. And we have got a huge stock of food grains, and it will not create any problem for the time being or for one more year. Because of these, we will have to survive from the difficult situation. But don't think I am telling you the good thing only. The time ahead is full of pains. We cannot compare ourselves with many other countries because our country will have to come up slowly. Some of the work right now is done in our country, like the information technology. Because of this lockdown, some of the centers have to be closed down and they are not in a position to help them. So America is thinking during the period of crisis, they may not be able to depend on India's expertise. So after some time, they may try to utilize this facility inside their own country because lot of job loss will be there in USA itself. People are scared. Today only, one of my niece called me up to tell that some of her friends are scared because they are working much more sincerely because they feel the working from home will be a new culture and people may not hire new places, and so that they become more competitive with them. So as a result of that, we may not be able to get certain employment which we used to have in India. So India will have to face certain difficult situations for time being. Especially Indian people are educated, no doubt, but we are half-wise person. Despite the fact that government and our friends have been telling us that during this period we should not go out, we should maintain social distancing, people have not listened and they have been going out. They are contacting people. They are meeting in a congregation, whether it is in a temple, whether it is in a masjid, but not in any church. So we should try to discipline ourselves. That is very important. But what to do? Now most of the people have not been able to distribute the product which they have produced or they are producing. I am told in Assam, lot of milk has to be wasted because they could not distribute it, because they are not in a position to convert the milk into cheese or to a dahi, and as a result of those are being spoiled. The similar thing has happened in most of the places in Haryana, and Delhi. They have got trucks, big trucks. There is nobody to drive that because everybody had gone to Bihar and UP. In Bengal, this has not happened because some of the people who are local people have got small trucks and they are the owner of them and they drive themselves. So what happened near my house in Calcutta, the market in the morning starts at about 6:30 to 7 to 12 o'clock and we are getting everything and there is no big queue. We go, just buy whatever it is necessary, come back. Yeah, what is a problem nowadays is medicine. Medicines are not available. Medicines are mostly unsupplied because many people have not been able to bring from their factories to their distribution point. From distribution point, people are not bringing it to the retail shop. So those are difficulties. And this difficult situation, there may be some serious situation. So how to combat all those things? And there are many people who will not be able to have food because they don't cook food. In Delhi, why people in lakhs have left for Bihar and UP? I did some research and found out because most of the people who are working in the Delhi area, they do not have a kitchen. They always used to buy their food from the street. They do not have any firewood, they do not have any gas, they do not have the utensil to cook it. So how they can remain without food for 3, 4, 5 days and for months? So after about 5 days they started going back home. But that is not the condition of Assam or of Bengal or in Calcutta. But we will have to provide them with food. We will have to provide them with money. Where from we will get the money? Many people have asked, where from money will come because they are not working. Who will be able to give them? My simple answer is, I have written it earlier also in Facebook. Some of you have seen it and written back to me. Print money, do the deficit financing and help the poor people. This is the time to help the poor people to survive the coronavirus and help other people so that we can have a better society. If we have got a better society, then we will be able to survive. First, think of the poorest of the poor, give them the money without any war, give them the sort of a pension, it is a crisis period, and print note and give it to them. I personally feel in that way. I understand Abhijit Bhattacharya, the recently Calcutta boy who is the recent Nobel laureate in economics, he also recommended that let the government print money and give it to the poor. I wholeheartedly support it. Whether I support it or not is immaterial because he is a Nobel laureate, he is one of the greatest economists, and he says the print money, we will think it up later on and we will be able to survive it. I feel I endorse his view. Whether I endorse it or not is immaterial, but I liked his views that let us face the situation of the poor. But one more thing, I have been telling it time and again, the government of India must think of those people who do not get pension, who are aged above 75 years of age, who does not get pension, who does not have an income, but who survive from their savings in the bank, because bank rate has, during the 1999, they retired. At that time, it was 10% interest. Today, the interest has come down to 4%. Can a person without a pension survive in 4% or 3% interest? They need to look after. I personally appeal to a brilliant ministers of the Assam to start a scheme where the older people could be given food, prepared food, once in the night. They will buy it. So give them in a subsidized rate of 100 rupees per meal, which will be a 3,000 rupees in a month. They will buy it, but try to organize so that the people who are only two persons in a house, husband and wife, and aged beyond 75 years, they should get prepared food supplied at home. Take the help of the some NGOs, like for example Sikh community, who are expert in giving langar. Also, you may contact some of the Jain organization of Guwahati who are helping people, or Vivekananda Kendra who can give certain help to the people and can supply the food like many other organization has done it for school children. Please think it over and help us. One thing I would like to end my talk with the views of Ratan Tata, which I studied recently. Ratan Tata has said, the expert has failed on many occasions. Greatest example is that the expert said after the World War II, Japan is going down the hill. They will not be able to survive. But the time has said something else. Japan is progressing so well that it is competing with America. It may subjugate even China. And so, what sometimes expert says, don't believe it. It depends on the person of the country. Only difficulty is in India, people do not allow others of his own community to go up. This has been happening for last 3,000 years from the days of Alexander. Indian people do not like their own people. When Akbar was fighting with Rana Pratap, all other kings of Rajasthan were standing and seeing what happened. Let us see. Nobody came forward to protest against Akbar. This is the characteristic of Indian people. But now, with the new leadership, they have been able to generate certain energy among the younger people, and we will definitely say, and India will shine as a brilliant star within 4 years' time. That's what I feel. Thank you, my dear.
I think there are lots of possibilities of bad things happening. Some possibilities of the dire predictions not coming out and us doing better. The concerns in India have to be that we have a fragile financial sector to begin with, which is not the case, for example, in the United States. Banks are really well capitalized, have low levels of NPA. So in the US, the concern will be, yes, if this crisis lasts for a longer time, if there's a second wave of shutdowns, if households basically start defaulting on their mortgages, on their car loans, that will feed into non-performing assets. And of course, corporate defaults would also pick up. So a lot depends on the duration there. In India, it's a little different because we already start with this fairly fragile corporate sector as well as financial sector because of the slow growth of the last few years. The additional worry is this time around retail loans, which have been where the banks have lent a lot because they've shied away from corporations. That if people start losing jobs, if companies start reducing their workforces, that may not be as robust this time around, and you could see many more retail defaults.
This is such a cataclysmic shock to the system. It's clear